welcome to our first review of AFL season 2014. What we're going to do is watch the best win from each team and go through the year that was and the year that's coming up for them. And we'll start at the bottom with St Kilda.
And of course, it's going to be later in the rounds when the rest of the teams were tanking and resting players for the finals. We've got St Kilda versus Fremantle, round 18.
Okay, if you go to the website, there'll be details on how to get to the smart replay through the afl.com.au website. And it'll tell you how to get there, and we'll be pressing play in a couple of minutes. So you can watch the game with us, or if you're on your mobile and you're not near a computer or anything, then you can just listen to us waffle on about season 2014 for St Kilda. Okay, so if you are going to watch it with us, go now to the website or look in the comment section on YouTube and get it all set up. Pause it right now, set it up, and we're going to hit play in about 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maybe 4.5 seconds.
4.5 seconds once I hit the right button. I'm just impressed we got this working.
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed and touch wood because we're only a few seconds in.
First thing we notice is it's a Fox footy game, not a Channel 7 game.
You can tell straight away by the quality, yeah. I must say, I was a bit of a fan of the atomic ripple with the umpire's first bounce.
Is it beautiful?
Yeah,
isn't it?
I thought it was sensational.
I usually don't like overlay graphics, but I quite like that one.
Especially when I didn't know it was coming. All over him like a bad rash.
Is that Gwilt on top there?
Yeah, I think so.
He's at Essendon this year, one of the leaves. It's very interesting how St Kilda have approached their drafting, recruiting and free agency.
It is. I think they've done well, to be honest. I think they're showing that they're taking steps into the right direction for a bit of rebuilding, but I think they've still got a bit too much, I hate to say dead wood, because a lot of them have been very, very good players in the time. But
was it Terry Wallace calls them list cloggers or something like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that.
Well, I think they've actually got rid of a couple.
Yeah.
As well as getting Stanley. Why they get rid of anyway? Like Gwilt, who is just one of those guys who's still around, and Bo Meister has left this year.
And even I think it didn't hurt that much they got rid of Del Santo, because he still is a very good player, but I think his utility was more useful for North Melbourne than it was going to be for St Kilda, where they are and what they want to do for going forward into 2015 and 14 as well.
Well, that's what they've done in their last 3 or 4 off seasons. And this, people might not like this, but they're tanking the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
They're blooding the kids and putting them out there. They're slowly getting rid of the players that are elite level players and great servants of the club. But they're getting big money offers to play, like at other clubs that are in finals contention, like Goddard at Essendon.
Yeah, and key roles as well.
Key roles. Gives them a chance to free up some cash and sink down towards the bottom of the list, as bottom of the ladder. And they got the number 1 draft pick this year.
Do we know if the Saints turned a profit this year?
God, no. No, massive losses.
I would have thought that would have been hemorrhaging a bit of cash. So.
Yeah, the move to Seaford hasn't worked out well for them at all.
Yeah, well, I don't think it really matter where they move, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think it moves up in the ladder, and that'll take care of that.
A bit
high there.
Old Farron Ray, a bit unlucky there.
Yeah.
No, I don't reckon high. I reckon he dived into his knees. But anyway.
Oh, the old double leg?
The old double. Yeah, going for the single leg takedown. And so they've got rid of. Sorry, Goddard got a free agency offer, and he took it. They chose not to match it, and he went to Essendon. It's 2 years now.
Yep.
Del Santo to North, like you said.
Yep.
And then this year they got rid of Reece Stanley.
Yeah.
Down to Geelong, because
Ooh, here's the high one.
Jeez, what's Pav got to do? There you go, Freo fans. Pav was hard done by there.
Oh, it's a double count out. Can't believe Pav didn't roll him over for the pin.
Rookie mistake from the 300 gamer.
And there's Rewalt doing what he does best, marking hands out in front.
There he is. Yeah,
that delay just worked out for us there.
Yeah, so Stanley, he's 24 or something like that, and he has a great game in this one.
Yeah.
Interesting, I thought he'd be that right age bracket that they'd hang on to.
Well, I would have thought as well, and especially we were talking about their champion players of the club, the people who've been leaders. Even though they haven't played a whole lot of finals, they still need to pass on what they've learned to the younger players. And it seems like he would have been one of those players that benefit from having those, Del Santo and Rewalt and those people around the club.
Yeah.
That he would have picked up on that, and he'd be someone who would really take them forward. But I mean, unless they've seen something that we don't know about, and
I mean, he's another one of those tall forwards that have always shown potential and not quite got there. But I thought he took great steps forward this year. But, they decided they wanted more high draft picks and, it looked like a good draft this year. So out he goes and...
ooh, that was a nasty head clash.
That was a good night.
Yeah. It was like a Mark Hunt walk-off KO.
Bang.
Done.
Oh, yeah, chin to chin. And into the grass as well.
I think he hit Pav's nose.
Yeah, that's a knockout for anybody. Correct, Eddie. He was knocked out before he hit the ground.
I think he's still knocked out. And being knocked out, like coming to, is the kind of same as being choked out, where you just have that moment where you're like, what the hell just happened?
I'd much rather. Both happened. I'd rather be choked out.
Exactly.
About 5 or 6 seconds later, you understand. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Knocked out. It could be days.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pav just wipes the blood off the nose. He's ready to go.
Have a cup of cement. Come on, get on with it. Oh, there's another little Liverpool kiss from Reroll there.
Nice little assist from Zach Dawson there. Look at that. Oh, that's what backmen do.
That's a veteran move.
Doesn't he look like Michael Cera on steroids?
He does, doesn't he?
Michael Cera could do with some steroids.
Michael Cera if he went through puberty.
Yeah, so back to their outgoings. Like we said, Goddard, Del Santo, Gwilt, Meister, Stanley's gone.
Lara went.
Big Boy's gone to Hawthorn. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
And Lenny Hayes is retired this year.
Yeah.
So they've kept Rewalt, which is smart.
Yeah.
I think that the service he's given the club, you sort of go to him and say, "You tell us when you're ready, champ."
Well, it seems like he's pulling a bit of a Richo, where he's in the twilight of his career and
Getting
having
better.
blinders.
Yeah,
he's just sort of rediscovering different roles, and it seems like he's one of the players, the few and far between these days, taking on a true centre half forward role, like leading strong out
absolutely.
from midway in the 50, 25 metres out, leading through to centre half forward and doubling back. And
he's one of those players. You say it all the time. You don't appreciate what he does unless you go and watch the game live.
Exactly.
He
Yeah.
covers so much ground, and he'll lead up from 50 to 50, not get his lead on it. He'll go back and do it again, and that's why he runs off so many backmen. They just can't keep up.
Yeah, and like we said, he'll do it all game, and that's one thing about the camera angles that they tend to use on TV, where you're facing the player, but everything's happening behind you from that camera angle. You really need. That's why I know they've done it with Formula 1 with Sky TV, where they've got Sky Active, where you can choose to watch the race from a certain driver's car from their perspective, and there might only be 5 or 6 drivers, but the option's there to go online on a computer and you play director of your own experience for that race. I think that'd be great for AFL if you could have something online where you can pretty much play producer and director of your own AFL experience by choosing the camera angles you want to see.
Well, rights deals are coming up in the next, not the next season, but the season after.
This is true, yeah.
So, online's obviously going to be a massive part of it.
Yeah, it's going to be the biggest component, especially if they're looking to expand in international as well. Like we saw this year when they had the, what do they call it, the International Cup, where they had all the international young teams come along and play.
Yeah. It was the International Championship or something like that.
Yeah, and it seems like the sort of cross-pollination of football codes, like you've got so much of AFL players going to the NFL as punters and kickers and that sort of stuff, and even seeing NRL doing the same thing now, so the exposure is there for people to sort of have a grasp or some sort of pre-idea of what AFL is before they go into there.
Big Rui kicks the first one.
There we are.
One of many for the Saints on this great day.
Is this the Etihad Stadium, this one? Yeah.
Of course it is, yeah. They don't let the Saints play an interstate team at MCG.
We were talking great wins. I just wasn't sure how great a win this was for St Kilda.
Well, they've had the wood over Freo because they did them up last year when Freo left a better side back home in Perth.
Yeah, and even this season, they were on par with Richmond at the start of the season until Richmond just went on a tear and
I think
one of those games in a row.
Freo or Saints?
Saints.
Yeah, Saints had 3 wins out of the first 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd get 3 wins all year.
No.
And they were good wins. I mean, there was no laying down.
Did they get any more wins after that? Or was that
We're watching it.
This one, sorry, 18.
Yeah, 3 wins in 5 rounds and then 1 more for the rest of the year. A couple of embarrassing losses.
It's a fucking long season.
Very long season for some of them. And they're unlucky too because their best and fairest last year, 2013 last year, was Jack Stevens, and I think he played 2 games.
Yeah.
And before he had a big injury that kept him out for the whole year.
How many wins has the Baggies had this year? Have you got about?
I think about 3 or 4.
3 and maybe 7 draws and shit ton of losses.
Farron Ray, the bottom of the pack. Former Bulldog.
Farron Ray kind of looks like the bad guy off of the first season of Dexter.
Oh, Dexter's brother?
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name, but it was Brian Mosier.
Yeah.
Gwilt, he's done well there.
He's done something.
Yeah.
Everyone was standing around.
Shane Savage. I'm glad he played some good games for Saints. He started off really poorly for him at the start of the year, and it looked like a bad decision to trade him and a pick for McAvoy. But he came good towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think the jury's still out on that one as well.
Oh, it's a long term. Yeah, you can't judge these trades off one year.
Oh, it could have been legged. And it's funny, even without having any idea of how the season went, you can just tell by the crowds at Etihad Stadium that this hasn't been a good year for the Saints.
Yeah, it's smallish, but I bet if they knew they were going to win this one, they would have rocked up in numbers, though.
Yeah, that's true. Trying to get him out wide. I think Ray's been good in the last couple of minutes, picked up 3 positives.
I can tell you he gets no Brownlow votes today, though, Ray. I've got the Brownlow votes here, but I'll reveal them later on. See, Savage, he's got a thumping kick too. It was a fair kick.
It was a little Greg Williams stab.
Yeah, it was
50.
Don't see the stabs anymore. No. Schneider, another player who's let go by St Kilda. I'm not sure if he got re-signed in the rookie draft or not. I don't think he did.
No, but it was still sort of a role player this year, and it seems like this probably got their youngsters can come through and sort of.
Yeah, another one of those list cloggers a little bit.
Yeah, you still think like he's still got value, but
I think so. I thought so.
You're not looking at value for this season or next season. You're looking at ones for the season after and one after that.
But I mean, he's a premiership player, and I don't think they've got any others on their list.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if he's not still on the list, you'd keep him around the club in some
development deals.
Yeah, even coaching staff could because, and especially where you're sitting on the table, any sort of experience is going to be useful for the sacrifice you made just to get young people at the club and keep the draft picks.
Yeah, no, I know. Not a bad effort. Not a bad effort. I know a couple of the Saints supporters that we know. They like Schneider because he's one of those ones that just keeps going.
Yeah, doesn't stop.
His mouth doesn't stop either.
Yeah, I think he has a reputation of one of the better sledges on the field.
Well done from Clark. I know some people, Freo supporters online, call him opium.
Opium? Really?
Slow-moving dope. I thought he's all right. Dr. J.
Well, I mean, you can always do worse. I mean, especially where big men are a premium at this point. So
yeah. There he is, Lenny Hayes, another tackle.
If he can pick it up his feet, you're doing well.
Yeah, exactly. Lenny Hayes looking for tackle. There it is, Lenny Hayes tackle.
That was a front rower tackle, that one.
He broke the record this year in round 23. Jude Bolton's record, I think, for the most tackles.
With form like that, you can see why.
Yeah, look at that. Everyone loves Lenny. You know he's not going to be lost to the football industry.
Yeah.
What are the chances you reckon we see him in the head coach role sometime down the track?
Well, I'm not really sure, to be honest, because you've always known he's been a champion and very well respected, but you don't really hear much of him. Like, I don't hear, he's sort of humble, quiet guy. He's not really out there, head out in the media. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can say that about a lot of coaches that have done quite well.
I guarantee you, as soon as he made it known that he was retiring, he would have got inquiries.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it'd be fair to say he'd always have a job at St Kilda in some aspect.
Yeah, you can't let champions like that go.
No. We got Spud Frawley back there this year. He's
Spud
made
Frawley.
an emotional call to go back to the Saints.
Good on him.
Yeah, bloody oath.
There's a lot you can say about Spud, and some people reckon he acted like a bit of an idiot on the Fox shows, and do what you like, mate. But he's passionate. He loves his footy and he loves his club.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Those kind of people, you love to have them around.
Yeah, and I mean, you can think what you want about him, but I always thought if you can't laugh at yourself, then you've got no right to laugh at anyone else. So
Exactly right, and he's got plenty of material to laugh at himself.
Yeah, that's not looking good.
No, I think he's got the 20 minutes off for the concussion rule.
Yeah, I mean, 20 minutes off is a bit ridiculous. He should be out for a week or something like that, to be honest.
Well, I think, after they access it, make sure you're okay. But that one, I don't think you need to access.
Yeah.
You saw the result.
But especially, that's a KO. If that was a mixed martial arts fight, that's game over. And
Herb Dean's in there stopping that one.
Yeah. You're trying to grab his legs and pull guard.
Yeah, that's holding the ball. Shut up, Rashudo. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, had a case.
Oh, they paid that one?
Paid it.
Yeah, that's a make-up call.
Yeah.
Don't mind a bit of push and shove.
Don't mind a little bit, but when they take it too far, they're not going to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a bit of push and shove and go back and get on with the game.
Jeez, that's a pass.
Stab kicks are coming out.
Well, it's 11 minutes to go in the first quarter, and I think the commentary team just tweaked that Saints are on and Freo aren't. Watching the game, you wouldn't expect. You think Freo's going to walk away with it.
Yeah, but you're still not sure because it's still a bit of a scramble.
With only one goal.
It's not a domination of clearances or a domination around the ball or anything like that. It's sort of a back and forth and capitalising on mistakes.
That's a lovely leg, though.
That was. And, kick a great goal and get him off. Why the fuck would you want more of that?
Takes a lot out of you thumping him from there. Jeez, look at that.
It would take more out of you fucking running off the oval than would from standing there and having a rest. I think you'd be right by the time they ball it up.
Look at him. Yeah, no confidence when he kicks that. He's like, yeah, I meant that. That's right, mate. Red vest.
Yeah, have a blow. That's the first sub. Who did they bring on for the sub? Or we're not yet to find out.
No, it's the... is it Eli Templeton? The dreadlocks.
Oh, yeah.
Dreadlock. That's a nice grab.
It was a great shark on the centre bounce, but just picked out and...
McFarlane going around again, but we're not talking about Freo, we're talking about Saints.
It's just hard to remember that Saints did good this game.
Yeah.
Barlow, he's been one of those players, the wave of elder recruits that came about and just dominated. So he came in and before Pods Yadley.
He was 21 or 22 when he got drafted.
Yeah. Did it the hard way.
Unlucky there for the sub.
It's a hell of a mug. So he's straight out of the 70s or the 80s. the old school Bruce Dool hair tie going on.
He's a little more on the crown now, I think, than Brucey Dool.
Yeah, that's true. Probably a bit more well behaved too. I think one of the most ingenious ideas that have come about is the target behind the Hawthorn goals for kicking a goal. How brilliant is that?
In that Gold Coast game.
Yeah.
There he is, Lee Montagna. I don't think he shuts up either. He likes a bit of a chin
Yeah,
wag.
he does mind a bit of a chin wag, yeah. Oh, fell in the bread basket.
Yeah, what a fake from Stanley there. And we'll call it a fake to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Should have been holding.
I reckon somebody at the start of the game, if you're standing re-roll, you know he's going to run you off your feet. Yeah, there's a veteran free kick there for Lenny Hayes. Just go up and rough his hair up. I reckon that's what the Irish did in the international rules game, and that's why Rewalt fired up. And I've never seen him fire up like that before.
And it took one of them on the other guy's shoulders just to be able to do it as well. I think Rewalt is like his head's a bit too small for his body.
Oh, it's a big body.
Yeah, that's true.
Or are you talking about those photos that got leaked the year before? 3 in a row for the Saints. I think this is about the stage where St Kilda fans are messaging each other. So, hey, you can watch this one, watch it. I reckon we're on. And 50% would believe it.
Hope's a wonderful thing. You see, you pin the arm there in a tackle, which is just brilliant technique. I mean, as soon as you can pin one arm, you know they're fucked. You got holding the ball, or you're going to be able to win the dispute.
Luke Dunstan, who was the pick part of the McAvoy trade to Hawthorn. That's who they got. I think it was pick 20 or something like that. And he was an absolute champion this year.
Yeah, he's done very well.
For a first-year player, he'd be absolutely wrapped with it. Looks like a fairly well-developed body, too, for a first year.
Yeah.
Big lad. He's been spending his time in the gym.
And it's funny, I wonder what sort of trickle-down effect the professionalism and technology of AFL development has gone into the younger sort of academies when you've got like high school and things like that. What sort of...
Like the TAC.
Yeah, what sort of development coaches do they have? Like what sort of training and like scientific health-wise?
Yeah.
How involved is it?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good, especially leading up to the draft camps and the combines and those kind of things.
Yeah.
Like, especially at the combines, they get poked and prodded with bloody everything.
Yeah.
And especially with the TAC Cup, under 18s, they're all about, what's the next step. It's not like they're earning a college degree while they're there or anything like that. It's just, you're here to get drafted, mate.
And so we're really seeing the results of the advancements in training techniques and science and those sort of things.
That's a great grab.
That was strong, wasn't it?
That's Stanley on McFarlane.
Yeah. And cool as a cucumber as well.
See, that's like Saints can't do that. They need to get rid of somebody like that.
Exactly. Trade him off.
If they want another number one draft
him out of
pick,
there.
Get rid of him.
Tell you what, he's got a fair hold of the shoulder there as well.
Good underhook there.
Look at that. And he's got the confidence to step back and go, nah, I got this, lads.
Jeez, he holds the ball like a ruckman. Kicks it like
he's...
like a ruckman.
Yep, ruckman. Now, it's always really difficult when the first kick is deep in that pocket because the defensive pressure is always, or the offensive pressure is always trying to push you there. And if you're going to kick it into that short, shallow pocket, you've got to get rid of it straight away because you're just falling into the trap that the forward pressure is going to push you into there and try and force turnover or force that it bounds and get set plays.
It just limits your opportunities for the next kick.
Yeah.
And especially if you haven't got pinpoint precision kicking, it limits them even more.
Yeah. And you've got to think, if they're leaving that guy open in that position, it's probably a good reason for it. So I think, they need to get more creative in their defensive structure or kicking out from goal structures and plays they sort of run.
Well, they don't know that they're trying to win this game yet.
That's true.
They haven't figured out that they're in with a shot by this stage, I don't think.
But I always thought that's one part of AFL where you could really have proper sort of ingenuity of set plays that you could do just to isolate players or set up runs for down the wings especially. Especially with the zones that they utilise now. I feel it's sort of a setup like you would for NFL defense, where you know what you can see what sort of zone they're playing and what they're anticipating you to do.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of like a chess match where you can come up with different creative solutions to be able to get through that zone, and then you've got the open field to assert whatever offense you want to implement.
So for the Saints, this is their spoiler. This is their fourth win for the year. This game. How many? I thought that was overs for them, for the team they lined up at the start of the year. Yeah. Coming from in 2013, they finished 16th with 5 wins. So not a lot of joy for the Saints the last couple of years. But like we said, it's just part of their strategy to hoard low picks. I mean, that's why they traded away Stanley for more picks. They traded away McAvoy for more picks.
And it seems like only maybe this year they cottoned on that they don't have a team that's going to go finals.
Yeah. And they lost. This is the first year of Richardson as a coach. They lost Waters. In very short time. Jeez, Stanley's he's too good. You got to get rid of him.
Yeah.
It's like Richmond in the 90s. Win the best and fairest and get rid of him.
Yeah. Not going to make us work in September, you bastard.
Somebody's booked their holidays. No, I think in the last couple of years, though, besides not getting the wins, it's those younger players and those high picks that they've got have done a bit for them.
Yeah.
Like I said, Stevens is still young. He's very early 20s, and he had a great 2013, taking home the best and fairest.
Absolutely.
Dunstan, for me, was a great player for him this year, and Eli Templeton had a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
I think Eli Templeton. I hope I haven't stuffed that up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. But it seemed like general consensus was that a lot of the problems they had were off-field and sort of in their belief in the systems they had in place and the people they had in places like the board members. And
I don't think we can understate their off-field issues.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about it before. It's been 3 months of off-season and they've had nothing come out of there, which is amazing for St Kilda.
And the best thing they had for St Kilda was Essendon. They really took the focus off them, and they've just gone, well, we'll just quietly go about our business, and there's no more media pressure, and players are all good, and the board's still fucked, but no one's arguing about it, and it's not in the papers, so you're not forced to have to air your dirty laundry in public. You got no players doing any fucking dodgy shit either, so that always helps.
Yeah, go back, champ. Jeez. Oh, okay. Yep, you got your 5 minutes on TV. Good job.
Yeah.
Speaking of off-field moves, Cam Mooney gone back to Geelong as a development coach.
Is he really?
Along with Matty Scarlett. Both left the Bulldogs.
Jesus, it's like rats from a sinking ship out there.
Well, new coach comes in. He's got to bring his people in.
Yeah, a lot of people just went, nah, fuck it, I'm out.
Look at that, front and centre. Isn't that good to see? He dropped the ball, but he's getting in the right spots.
Zungu with the floater.
Is that the greatest surname running around?
Just rolls off the tongue. Zungu.
You feel slightly racist saying it, which I like.
Does push those buttons, does it?
A win's a win.
I like Dermot's analysis of football, but I don't like his commentary as it's going. Like, I like watching him post-match or pre-match with Dermot, but as it's happening, I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan of Dermot. I think 10% of what he does is great, and the rest is off and, take it or leave it.
That's why I think, well, if he's got time for someone to sit there and say, no, all right, that's pretty shit. Quit above what you're capable of comprehending.
I don't know if I'd be the volunteering to be the one to tell him.
No, not at least for another 15 years. Let him age you get the knees give out a bit more.
Just held it up a little bit there.
Yeah, it's just that hesitation. You got to be confident in your one-on-ones with your forward players. Otherwise, you give the defense too much time to get back and set.
It's a great tackle from Cohen. Again, another young player putting on the hard tackle, getting rewarded.
I don't know what the free kick count is, but it seems like the Saints are getting a few of them. But I think that's only because they're actually doing hard work and getting in first to the ball. Like, they're not undeserved free kicks. They're the ones that are there. Hesitating again. Yep, this is the play that worries you.
Beautiful.
Oh, replace your divot there, son.
Great mark from Craig Lambert.
Think it went.
Check out his head. He
Face
looked like
planted.
Craig Lambert.
Oh, good use of the body, but just had someone cut off in front.
Yeah, good use on the body. Unfortunately, it's 2-on-1. Fife's got a fair old leap on him.
So it looks like it's been a hard quarter on the lads. They look knackered already.
Oh, looks like one of the Oz kickers out there early. One of the good signs and bad signs for the Saints this year. Like we're saying, Rewalt's getting better with age. He's one of the oldest, best and fairest I think there's ever been.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you don't want the 33-year-old to be your best player.
Well, that's the catch-22. Is that it's great to see him performing like that, but you want him at this point to be able to play a bit more of just his role in the team and not have to... Because you can tell, like, I think he's taken on that true centre-half forward role because there's no one doing fuck all else. No. So he's like, all right, I've got to do something. And you'll see him lead right down to centre-half back. And he busts his nut. He's been absolutely fantastic. Oh, how's...
Yeah, I think so.
Bit across the chest there. Got him with a seatbelt hold.
Shenton, yeah, I called him Eli Templeton before, but Eli's not playing today. I got it wrong.
Yeah, a little bit too obvious, that one.
See, if he was an 8 or a 9-year vet, I'm just letting him get away with those ones. You're allowed that.
Yeah.
Of course he knows where the big sticks go. He's not blind.
He's looking determined.
He's usually a pretty good set shot on goal,
Kicked the fuck out of this goal. Oh, yeah, it's a great kick.
He had a shocker in the grand final in 13, and he missed one after the siren.
Yeah, I think the whole team had a shocker in that grand final.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Oh, I remember watching it at work. That was yeah, it was sensational. Yeah, Eddie can shut the fuck up anytime he wants.
Oh, to be honest, I don't mind Ed, but yeah, in smaller doses than whatever the doses are we get of him.
He's one of those guys you'd probably let hang around so that, I mean, you'd be able to give him shit, unashamedly, but he'd come out with a gem every now and then.
He's passionate.
He is.
And if I was a Collingwood supporter, I'd be very happy with him at the helm. So, quarter one, they're up by 20. At this stage, the Saints are going, oh, this is all right, you reckon, wouldn't they?
Well, as a Richmond supporter and knowing what it's like to be in the situations when your team's shit, you just start going, oh no, this is it again. Gonna get my hopes up. I'm gonna be sitting there calling my mates and they're gonna fuck it up.
It's a horrible kick into the 50.
And the worst thing about this is that you can't get excited when your team's winning because you just know they're going to break your heart at some stage. You can't start giving your mates shit because you know it just might come back and bite you in about 10 minutes.
Great little handstand. He's celebrating early.
I think he does yoga.
Akamanis is looking on in jealousy. And he's gone.
Ross Lyon practicing his sledging.
Never looks happy, Ross, does he?
No.
He'd be on nearly $1 million a year, and he's still pissed off.
He just has this look of disdain on his face, like the whole time. Like, yeah, no, it's fine. No, seriously, fine. Don't worry about it.
And the first one's in the books.
20 head in first quarter. When you're playing at home, you'd have to be happy about that, especially when you have much to cheer about all season.
I think Saints are happy they kicked it. 4 goals that quarter. They're happy to get 2 a quarter.
I'm probably a bit happy to put a look of disdain on the Ross Lyon's face as well.
You've got to be happy with that any time you do it.
Yeah.
I love pissing off Ross Lyon.
Yeah.
Oh, it was multicultural round, this one.
Oh, there you go.
I wonder if this is the round that they had the Maori singers, dancers on the sides. It wasn't the one we didn't go. I didn't go to this game. But, yeah. We were talking about it on the other episode.
Ooh, that was a nasty knockout. Yeah. It's like Mark Bresciano with the headphones on there. That's good inside work by Fife.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's not bad either. Look at that.
Look at that.
They're going to miss him. Yeah, I've always thought with Riewoldt, if he was a better set shot on goal, he'd be up there as one of the all-time greats. He's a once-in-a-generation type of player, but we're talking Carey level.
Yeah, and I think if he had a chance to have to consistently prove himself against the best in finals, I think he's capable of doing it. It's just a matter of you need a team to be able to get you there to be able to do it.
And they had 3 grand finals that they played in. Lost with a toe poke to Geelong, the draw against Collingwood, and then that smother in the goal square by his Shaw in the replay. It's just such inches just change.
Yeah. And Riewoldt has been one who's always put in a consistent effort and stepped up when he's had to.
Even in the games this year where Saints got absolutely thumped, you still see him working hard and doesn't drop his head.
Yeah. And that's the character you need in a football club, especially when they're at that stage of developing. That's the culture you want to pass on to the new recruits that you get through the draft, and that's what you want to instill in youngsters.
Yeah, well, somebody from St Kilda is going to match up on him next year. Well, they say we've got a contest now because they've just kicked away by more. If anything, it's less of a contest now.
Yeah, you would think so, unless, maybe Bruce picked the line or something like that.
That's Sandy.
Sandy, who the fuck it is, not listening to him.
No, Sandy's a great commentator. He's one of the good ones. It's good to have him back.
Yeah, I'm one of the ones that tend to just turn the volume down when watching footy. I've got enough advice for the players and the umpires. Got to be a free.
It's holding the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great example of the umpires going yours.
Yeah.
I thought the tackle was good. Anytime Zach Dawson does something good, it is a rare occasion. You got to encourage him.
Just let it go. It's for his confidence.
That's okay. Just below the knees on the left hand there. But it's got to be a free kick one way or the other, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, that's a good tackle.
Get the hooks in.
It's funny watching a contact sport. You just see the options for BJJ moves.
So does Brian Lake.
Well, that's true. So in a different circumstance, he might have got a stripe on his belt.
Yeah, I think he'll settle for the medal. You reckon? So Saints, they've got the number 1 pick, Paddy McCartan, whose name I bloody couldn't remember last time. You reckon he plays this year?
Well, any other time I'd probably say yes, but I think people are real tentative with how Melbourne treated Jack Watts and number 1 picks in the past, where he just undercooked and putting them under pressure, And I'd like to think of it like you do a prize fighter when they're up and coming. You give them a few cans.
Feed them a few, yeah.
You get them to get their confidence up because, like anything when it's at the elite level, everyone's training as hard as the next person. And so the differences are a lot to do with your mental attitude and your confidence and what you believe you're capable of and belief in the people around you and just getting acclimated to your new surroundings and things like that. So I think they could play him this year, but you wouldn't want to see it too early. That'll be the worst thing that could happen.
Especially, big guys, they take a little bit longer to develop and get up to speed.
Yeah.
And as soon as he walks on the field, he's going to get the, second best defender after Rewalt.
Yeah.
They're not going to throw another junior or rookie on him.
Yeah. And a big man, you won't get the best years out of him until, like, what would be nearly retirement for a lot of your midfielders or something like that. 27, 28, and
when
they've
they
grown
start
into their body and they can really start using what they've got. Their skill level is caught up to their physical attributes. That's good pressure.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other week, being active on the mark.
Yeah, it makes a big difference in the thought process. See, you create that pressure.
Creates pressure.
That's where you make those mistakes, and that's what it is. It's not real pressure because you can't overstep that line, but just your actions force them to rush because it just creates that environment where everything's rushed. You're rushing to do everything. The old off the bench trick.
Yeah. They've been speaking about trying to prevent that from happening. Somebody running off the bench, surprisingly. I'm like, the disadvantage is you've got that couple of seconds where somebody's running off who's not involved in the play.
Yeah.
It's one of the great things of our game is that interchanges can happen at any time.
Exactly, and you're susceptible to pressure from 360 degrees.
Yeah, you can't stop it. There's got to be one of those fundamental features of the game that gets protected.
Yeah, and we've taken out the shirt front, so there's nothing better than seeing someone get creamed when they got no idea it's coming.
It's just Mayor of Hiroshima.
You see that head jarring, blah.
Yeah, why would you kick it to the free man? Down the line like they did in the 70s. And somebody marks it, you bastard.
That's why I haven't got my coaching job yet. Oh, nice kick. Kick running, Paddy Dangerfield. Put him in the pocket.
That's it. Degrees of difficulty counts. Bonus points from that pocket.
See, in this situation, I would see a benefit of standing right near the man on the mark, just a palm off with the open goal square, kick it straight through. Especially with the 5 metre rule. If you're smack bang against the goalpost, say you've taken a mark right next to the goal square on the goal line, so you have to be on the extreme angle. All the defensive players have to be 5 metres away from the man on the mark, so I can see why you couldn't stand right next to him, one palm out, and just kick it straight through the goals.
I think you could try it, but if you can put a palm out, so can the other bloke.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got the luxury of having the ball in your hands, so you don't have to kick it until you know you can get it through.
I'll tell you what, Pav missing a check side kick like that, they won't have you back in South Australia. They love a check side.
The old banana. Was it banana a check side or banana a snapshot?
Well, it's banana in Victoria, and it's a check side in South Australia.
Yeah, because remember in Dacos, they used to call that the banana, but that was actually the snap, yeah?
Oh, Dacos just did whatever he liked. He perfected the outside of the boot dribble that, 20 years later, players have just figured out for themselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only just come across the NFL now, so...
Yeah, with the Aussie kickers.
Yeah.
There you go, mongrel punt.
Oh, hits him right on the tip. Morabito.
Yeah, good to see. He's one of those players that has been through that many bloody knee recos that everybody just wants to see them do well.
Yeah. I think he's been trialled in a few different positions as well, hasn't he? He's still trying to find his home at
this year. He's just happy to be out in the field. Not sure if it was 2 or 3 knee recos, back to back without playing a game.
Yeah. 30-minute mark of the second quarter and only 2 goals to Freo. You have to say that's a... Or is it just a bit of mistakes from Freo?
No, you've got to say the pressure's been pretty good.
I think, like we were saying before, this is the midfield helping out, coming back, and coming out of the defence, and also the forward line doing their part in slowing the ball down so you can get your people back.
It's a shame they couldn't show Endeavour again for the whole season. Going from round 5 to round 23 with just this one win.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay, you are the 18th best side.
Yeah.
Other teams are going to beat you, but, like the 160 points and the 100 point.
And the thing is, you've got to think, what sort of difference would having a win like this at the start of your season, say round 4, round 5 or something like that, have on the rest of your season? Give you that belief and the confidence.
Yeah, well, they had those wins early.
Yeah, that's true.
First 3 rounds, but yeah.
Well, that answers that one then.
Caught back to
Does fuck all, apparently.
set you up for a great round 18.
Yeah, sets you up for a lot of heartbreak and probably alcoholism. Oh, the old tunnel bolt. Oh, that's good tackle.
Must be hard for Crowley in a game like this against St Kilda, because who does he tag?
Yeah.
You're going to run alongside Lenny Hayes all day? I mean, he just wants to tackle you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when you're playing St Kilda, their best player is the person on your team who's making the most mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever you let be.
Yeah.
What's Pav doing that far away from goals?
I think Pav's saying enough of this shit.
Yeah, I'm getting a kick. Whoa, Montaigne nearly wore one too. More off-field stuff for the Saints. They've signed Ahmed Saad again.
Did they pick him up as a rookie?
They've got him through the rookie draft. Yeah. You've got to be one of the most unluckiest bastards running around.
Yeah.
You get that ban for taking,
what was it?
An over-the-counter protein shake type of powder stuff that's legal in the off-season but not during the season. So one of those...
And I think it was one of those things that was out of his system pretty quick as well, so you had to take it pretty close to the test or something, and if you're actually trying to cheat, you wouldn't take it when you're on game day or whatever. It's tested.
It's a victim of that zero tolerance.
Yeah.
If you use it could be masking something worse. And
same with like the diuretics, where it's not a direct performance enhancer, but it's a masking agent that people use to flush out the system. Ooh, could have been higher there.
More great tackling.
Yeah, I think the hand on the shoulder was secondary there.
To be in a game like this where the Saints dominate, that tackle pressure, it's just that kind of belief and work ethic to instill that into the players.
Yeah, it sort of sets the tone for the rest of your players, and you see it sort of spreads amongst the team.
Yeah, especially when you see the youngins doing it now. Obviously, they got belted in some of the other games, but it shows that the mentality and the attitudes there.
Yeah.
In some of the other seasons with the poorer sides, you haven't seen that from them, and that's when you really start to worry.
And especially it's an old cliche, and we don't keep track of them, but those 1%ers are things that the teams within a team you appreciate, and they're when you see people putting the extra effort for doing those 1%ers, a shepherd or a smother or whatever the case may be, that lifts the team, because even though it's not recognised by a lot of people, the team recognises the effect it has.
Yeah. One of the 100 assistant coaches will see it.
Yeah, exactly right. And
look at the work Rewalt's put in off the ball.
And just his judge of where the ball's going to land to the time he's run perfect.
Always marks it with the full arms outstretched. Look at that. Yeah, contracts.
Yeah, a bit of one-sided bounce there, yeah.
I don't. This is stupid. You bounce the ball because of the randomness of it. But if it's too random, bring it back. It doesn't make sense. Either throw it up all the time or bounce it and never call it back.
Yeah. Always ignored the easy option in the middle.
Oh, Joey Montaigne.
He's got the old bowling ball grip there.
I'd like to know what the crowd numbers were at the end of the first quarter compared to the half time.
Yeah.
I reckon there would have been a few that have made the trip in.
I mean, they could have just seen the gate numbers and thrown the gates open at quarter time.
There it is.
There we
Bouncing
are.
them through.
Snap truly. There's Nan.
Ooh. I wouldn't say they're on absolute fire.
Yeah. So
No
too
midgets
excited.
around.
Oh, it was a little blind little snap around the corner, wasn't it? Just good goal sense. Look at that, just one step, bang. Pretty excited about it too.
So he's second? No, just the one goal for Tom Curran. I thought it was his second.
Yeah, not impressed.
You always wonder who he's speaking to at the other end of that phone. You're just like, oh, no, I don't want travel insurance.
No, kidding me.
Another raffle?
I'd like to see him go and try and buy a used car or something.
Oh.
No, his tyre's no good. No, not this colour. No. Yeah, there's a hole in the seat. No.
You reckon if Ross Lyon was going to buy a used car, all he'd look at would be the safety requirements. You know, He doesn't care how fast it can go. No, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
He'd be all about, crumple zones and airbags.
And he'd have it all written down before he goes down, clipboard, just hand it over.
Yeah, get up, mate. I'm just trying to bounce the ball. Mate. This is my time.
Oh, a blind kick out of the back line. He's backed himself.
He backed
Tell you
himself.
what, get right.
One of the best
No.
points you'll see kicked all day.
Nothing like a 5-goal lead for your confidence.
Nothing like knowing the result for your confidence.
Another pot shot.
Look at him. He can have what? What? I'm
Yeah,
going to have a shot.
I was aiming for Rewalt. Russell, I don't give a fuck about being Rewalt. No. I didn't want him in this game.
That was a great little punch to the back of the head.
Oh, how was that one?
Dunstan, yeah. I think that was the end of his season, actually.
Nice little tap to front and centre. Oh, that was a nice little, just not tunnelling, just placing your body and not moving it an inch. Probably got something a bit higher in there, I'm sure. And it's not Ben Cousins. Actually, no, I think he just tripped over his own feet. Had a bit of a face plant. Hit the post.
One more vote for G Post there. He's had a great season, G Post. I love the reactions of the crowd. Oh, I don't know. Tough kid, that's right.
So you always, just these small chips around the deep 50, you just can't get out of the zone.
So frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
When your team's not going well, and you're like, did you
Yeah, but what are you doing? But it's just so hard because you give the zone time to adapt and reset.
And there it is.
There we go.
Oh,
Good second
bit of
effort.
desperation.
And that one too.
Did enough.
Now we should be able to clear it out.
Yeah, it's great when the vets get towards the end of their career. Every time they touch the ball, they get a cheer.
Yeah.
Lenny would have loved the last month and a half of
Little
his career.
Swan song, yeah.
There it is.
Oh,
Just get
what
it
a
moving.
kick.
I reckon Montaigne's done a blind turn every time he's got the ball.
Yeah, he looks like Aussie Jones running around.
And by every time he's got the ball, I mean the last 2 times I've seen and have been paying attention.
Well, that could be the only times, I don't know. Here's the old Schneider.
Short to Schneider. You have to go short to Schneider, can't you? You can't go tall to win.
No.
Yeah, Billings is another great player for him this year. Yeah, first or second season. It is going to depend in the future of St Kilda which of those step up and become absolute elites.
Yeah.
Because, that's what they've lost with Goddard, Nel Santo and Lenny Hayes. They've got the crop there. God knows how many top 20 picks they've got running around for them at the minute.
It also depends on how they handle them as well. And it's got to be a case-by-case basis. Like, some of them are going to be ready and some of them are going to need to acclimatise. And that's a great kick by Schneider. Dead straight.
He loves a goal.
Some nice golf clapping from the crowd. You're right. He could have just went, turned left and got onto his boot, but
got to get on your preferred. And you talked about the development of the young players down at the Saints and how it is individual.
Yeah.
The Saints have got the only female full-time coach running around in Peter Searle.
Really?
Who they appointed halfway through the year, I think. Which I reckon is a great appointment, not just for the PR side of it, and don't pretend there isn't a PR side of it. For starters, if the Saints don't use the PR side of it, they're wasting a trick.
Yeah.
But also, it's just it's a different voice and a different approach to everyone else.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know anything about her, or just the first I've ever heard of her, but I would think that just a complete fresh perspective from someone who hasn't played the game at that level. And it's amazing what you can see, because you can still be a student of the game and not have played it at an AFL level.
But it might not be that, she connects or reaches every single young player in there. Yeah. But there's 2 or 3 that respond to a different coach.
That's true, yeah.
And there's going to be somebody that, responds and connects with her better.
Yeah.
As a coach that turns them from a good player into a great player. And that's all you're trying to do, really.
Yeah. And especially, I found it interesting when they've talked about, the only comparison I have would be with women being in mixed martial arts now, and where they say that it's interesting watching them fight because they don't have the physical strength and the normal attributes that men have, so they have to rely on technique and things like that. And so I wonder if a female perspective on coaching would be from a different strategic standpoint, because they're not coming from a point where they assume these physical attributes that they have, or if it's more completely objective and not a subjective kind of way of thinking.
But, I mean, that's as much as the point, it is different.
Yeah.
You've got 8 or 9 development coaches and that kind of stuff, and you can't have the same 8 or 9 coaches.
Yeah.
Because they're all the same, then what's the point?
Yeah. So, and you've seen teams who have tried to adopt another team's game plan and it just doesn't work because it's not for that team. They just try and say, that's worked for that team, but you realise...
Spoken as a true Richmond supporter.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. We were the worst of that.
Guys, if Gwilt did that for his whole career, I reckon he'd still be at the Saints.
Yeah. If you're a Saints supporter, it's these games will kind of frustrate you where they just pull together
they
and
show something.
And it's like, we can actually do it. So
why isn't it like this every week? Yeah, I still don't believe anybody that tells me that Zach Dawson is one of the best defenders in the league.
No, I think defender is a strong word. It's a tough crash to the pack. And re-rolled again.
Back before I gave up on Dream Team and Supercoach and all those kind of things, the rule was you always had to have a pun for your team name. And it had to be a pun based on one of your players.
Oh, okay.
And mine was always the Savage Patch Kids. So now that Shane Savage is gone, I've got another excuse not to get back into Dream Team.
I think my last team was called the Cleveland Steamers. That was my pun.
So they were shit?
Yeah, no, I did really shit. Yeah, really crap.
I always hated Dream Team because
Yeah.
I never did the research.
No, and I got no interest in doing the research.
I've got
It's kind of funny saying that since we're commentating on a football match. But no, I just can never be bothered doing all the research at the start. Once it's all decided,
maintaining it.
yeah, and a lot of it's decided by around 6. You know who's going to win, and you know who's got the capital to be able to trade out. And
you know, the guy that won Dream Team this year also won Supercoach.
Really,
so it's obviously somebody that's put some effort in.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Do we know what they're doing? They're like their real life job.
Yeah, I think I do. But yeah,
something to do with stats or
no, I'm not sure. Tired side. It's not even half time.
Yeah.
How can you be tired?
Especially round 18. It's where you should start hitting your straps for finals.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a long plane ride over from Perth, isn't it? I reckon that's got to be oversold sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is, I don't know, I could get onto a plane tired. I get to my new destination, I'm a bit pumped.
I'm awake.
Yeah. I'm ready to go.
But I mean, yeah, Freo, we've got like Ballantyne's not playing. I can't remember if he was injured or suspended. You know, with him, it's 50-50 chance.
Yeah, it's pot shot either way.
So he's another one. And Sandilands obviously hasn't made the trip because it's okay for a 7-footer. It's a long plane ride, and he's not making the trip for one of these minnow games.
His ticket's expensive too.
He's got to buy 2 seats. Yeah,
take one out in front of him.
Richardson doesn't look worried, does he? He's just nice and happy.
Kind of looks like he's half drunk.
Being a Saints coach, you'd expect that half the time.
Maybe that's where they've been going wrong. He wasn't drunk enough for the rest
Wasn't
of the
drunk
games.
enough, yeah. Well, Saints had that reputation back in the day, the party club. Something they're working hard to get rid of now.
Well, that's because they've been able to celebrate for a while, so it's hard to keep that party going.
Oh, you love it when Zach Dawson tries to exert his authority.
Well, that's a try.
Good move from Dr. J. Hey, Eddie, come on,
Eddie.
mate.
Set you up for that one, mate. Play on, he reckons.
Second slip would have claimed that.
Yep. No DRS either, so.
No DRS.
A ball.
Oh, he's called
All day.
Yeah, I like it when they give the 50-50 ones to the tackler.
Yeah, me too. I think the forwards already get enough break in the general play, so you need something for the backman, I think.
It's something for the crowd.
Yeah, and I think, what do you think about the 360 tackle? Do you think they get a chance, or?
Pretty much. 9 times out of 10, I don't think that 360 equals automatically a free kick.
Yeah.
But it is usually a fair indication that they've had a little bit of time to think about it. And
yeah. I mean, it's always going to be ambiguous and it's always going to be subjective.
But that's what the game is.
I think if the person being tackled, if it makes sense, is in control of the tackle, like he's actually looking for an option and doing a 360 looking for an option, then okay. But if he's impaired, say you've got one arm and you're doing 360s, you can't just, like after that, try and fling it on his boot. I think you're done there.
Fucking Stanley's taken more marks in the lead in this game than in the rest of his career combined. And there's a soft 50. Somebody's looking after the point spread there. Good job, Craig Lambert.
He's looking pretty stoked with his day's work too.
Look at that. That's beyond halfway. It's on the defensive side of halfway.
What was the 50 minutes actually for? Because he didn't come back.
Didn't come back quick enough, I think. What a roost.
That was a huge roost. Got there. 3 for Stanley. Fucking get rid of him. Why would you want to keep him?
Why would you want him? Going back to, their trading of players for picks, the other thing is like we're saying with the draft picks, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But they've obviously got a lot of faith in their development to make them into a side. At the start of the year, somebody from the Saints, and I struggle to think of who in their hierarchy said it, but said that they're looking to win a premiership in the next 6 years.
St Kilda, huh?
In the next 6 years, yeah.
Jeez.
Which sounds ambitious, but when you think about it, shouldn't everybody be looking for a premiership in the next 6 years?
You would think so, but as a person with control over that team, it's pretty tough to make those claims public. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what it sounds like. But I just don't think that it. At first listen, it sounds like, mate, you're kidding yourself. But 6 years is a long time.
It is a long time.
Every team should be looking to win a premiership in the next 6 years.
Yeah.
You're coming out and saying it's like you said, that's something different. But geez, I tell you what, I don't know if some of those Saints supporters will be there in 6 years.
I don't think some of them will be there next year. Sign them up quick. Yes, that was quite a special performance for the Saints for half a game of footy.
Keep Freo to 3 goals for a half. And Freo did finish in the top 4 this year, so it's nothing to be sniffed at. It just makes you think, what happened to all those other games?
And the thing is, it wasn't like Freo were just fucking it up and making some mistakes. It was hard-fought footy, and the
pressure was all over the ground.
Yeah, they deserved all the goals they got.
Look at that, the kids in the Freo jumpers giving them a high five. Yeah, mate, no loyalty to the Guernsey there. None whatsoever.
That's the nature of these kids growing up. It's going to be no loyalty, play for the cash.
Contracts mean nothing no more.
Nothing, just free agency everywhere.
Pav telling them, come on, man, it's Superman time.
Yeah,
it's Thor time. It's Hulk time.
It'll be Pav and fucking Rewalt deciding on where they're going to go next season. Like LeBron and Dwayne Wade just tee it up. Roslyn.
Who's Roslyn? That was bloody Fraser. Yeah. Anyway.
So football's heaps better when you have a half-time break.
Yeah, isn't it?
Here's a funny story. Got an email yesterday from what was it, NBA 2015. Now, I'm not sure if it's legit or not, but for the sake of this, I'll say it's legit. Well, it's from 2K Account Services at 2ksports.com. And it says, "Hi, Asian for Life Boy." That's Asian number 4 Life BOI.
Well, hang on. So, what website have you used that as your username?
None.
Yeah, all right, I'll believe you for the sake of the argument. Go on.
Well, that, and I'm not Asian, but anyway. Thank you for taking a time out to create your NBA 2K15 My Player account. To complete the registration, just click the following link and you will be all set. Now, the link is supposedly NBA2K.com, whatever. But obviously I'm hesitant to click it. But I was thinking...
Are you saying somebody's been dodgy on the internet?
Well, possibly. I think it might be Asian for Life Boy. But anyway, I was thinking, if this was real, I might just acquire a copy of NBA 2015 and...
appropriate the accounts.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I'm really, really fucking terrible at NBA 2015, so...
I see no problems with your personal information if that happens whatsoever.
No, well, I mean, I don't have any money for them to take anyway, so I figure what's the worst could happen? It's going to be one really pissed off Jeremy Lin fan out there.
What worse are they going to do with your identity than you've already done?
Well, I mean, they can try and hide it more. Or change it more.
Two points for takedown for Schneider. Good work there. He worked hard for that takedown.
Dally ho.
Don't tell them what to do. If they want to hold each other, they can hold each other.
I do what I want. Oh, that's a good snatch.
Put your phone down. Stop looking at those websites.
Ah, sorry. Oh, fuck. Oh, the old blind side. Teo is confident after that kick.
He loves it. That's a great one on the left. See, that's it. He's just making a contest there. That's all you need to do. Bring the ball down. Crummers do their job.
It's everyone being in the same frame of mind in where the ball's going to go and just being switched on.
I like how the commentators are reminding us that Fremantle's a higher place side than St Kilda, because you wouldn't have known otherwise. The first 15 times they've told you.
Devastating loss.
Riding on top. I think Rashido's looking at the same website too. Oh, that's a step ladder tackle. That's great. Ooh.
And he gives him a spray afterwards. Gotta love that.
Did he?
Oh, look at that. It's like when you see 3 tigers take down a deer or something.
Yeah. Oh, Joey there looking a bit
here
puffed.
we go. We're going to play it out. Fuck is that? Yeah. Ooh, pick up.
Precision kicking.
Tell you what, it ain't pretty, but it's working. Oh, he's picked him out well.
Barlow, been quiet since the first quarter, Barlow.
Yes. So we cooked. Oh,
That's a great grab.
snatch. I thought he overcooked it then. Thought it was going too far.
Yeah, look at all the space out in front for him to lead into. Similar careers, Pav and Rewalt, just always been the ones to carry the side from up forward. Well, Pav's, being all Australian in back, middle, and forward, and back forward and bench. I think. Again, absolute champions. Everyone loves them, but just missing.
Both loyal to a T.
Speaking of people I hate, that runner for Freo.
Old mate. Look at that. They just open up the midfield, and then when you give someone like Pavlich so much space in the forward line, he's going to do well to be able to defend him.
It's that transfer of play going diagonally across the ground that's become the fashion now.
Yeah.
It just opens up the fat side, like they like to say.
Yeah.
But running through the middle diagonals like that.
Yeah, and just creating that run where you just get one player open, the other one overlapping. Away they go.
Subbed off the big Griffin. I reckon after he submitted to that tackle from Schneider, you've got to go off.
Yeah.
You preserve your dignity.
Sorry, tapped out. Oh.
All the big names, all the big guns for St Kilda. Yep, both of them. Great bounce pass.
What a pass to Rewalt. You take the assist on that one. Rewalt makes even a high five look like it's hard work.
He does it better than Cozzy. Cozzy used to smack everyone in the face when he did it.
Went for the Uriah eye poke. It's a bad little throw there. The side
I'll
control.
tell you what, I reckon they've done a bit of grappling training there.
I reckon they would have, because that was what's a judo throw, wasn't it? Where you grabbed both collars and...
Yeah, they're all judo throws.
Yeah.
And then consolidated the side control. Bounce pass. You don't see enough of the bounce pass.
No.
From 15 metres out.
With those Guernseys, you'll be able to do some sick baseball bat chokes. Most games as captain, Nick Rewalt, 177.
Bang, there you go. You were talking about that earlier.
Yep, that's what we like to see.
Got to look after 360 degrees.
Oh,
beautiful handoff.
Beautiful forward pass. And another one.
Crowley running away from Lenny Hayes. You're not getting the ball. All you do is tackle. Good fake.
Darren Ray. Oh, might not have paid off. Would have been off running through.
Jeez, he's slow off the mark there, wasn't he?
Yep. Tell you what, he didn't want to pass it to the man streaming down the middle.
No, he banked that one well and truly too early. Yeah, that's a free kick every day of the week.
Yeah.
I think they paid advantage. I hope they paid advantage.
Pretty sure they did.
You know, it's hard for me to watch footy at Etihad half the times because I think 50% of the sponsors' banners are companies I used to work for. There's a few running around there.
Oh, we're still at Etihad there. What did that start off as? That was Colonial Stadium, wasn't it? First started off as.
Well, it was always the Docklands, and then
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Colonial was the first sponsor, and then it was Telstra Dome for a bit. And,
Yeah.
you know, I think Telstra Dome and Etihad are the only other two names.
But it seems funny in this day and age where the name of your stadium, your home ground, will actually change through your career, where it's not known as, like the MCG.
There's always, the MCG and the SCG. They're never going to change.
But the new stadiums, they're all relative to whoever's the title sponsor.
Yeah, well, got to pay the bills.
Yeah, I know, but it seems like that's sort of one thing that you would hold sacred is the name of your home ground.
Tell you what, that deserved a goal. That would be great. Bump the player off, pick it up, snap, and another point.
It was. It's good thinking ahead. Look at that. Just good. Didn't give away the free
Bang.
kick. Nice bump.
Pick 2 steps round the corner and sneaks
Good
it in
goal
for
sense.
behind. Good goal sense.
Looked like he had the right snap on there, and then it straightened up.
Got
Oh,
a Paddock.
got a Paddock.
Oh, murdered him.
And this is where you start going, oh no. Oh no.
Could it happen again?
Oh shit. Oh, I know this feeling. Don't do it to me again, you bastards. Don't do it to me again.
Crowley growing a beard looks like he's trying to dodge an identity parade.
Yeah, that looks like he's on a trip to Mardi Gras or Stereostonic or something. Ooh, was it a bit of a throw, wasn't it?
That's great
Starting to
catch
go
and
out of
release.
Learned that one from the boundary umpire. It looks a bit worse for wear too.
He's one of those players that's always in and under at the bottom of the pack, so he's
Yeah.
going to get strapping somewhere. Cover up the
Cauliflower
the
ears.
bleeds. Yeah, bang. I'd be surprised, you get a lot of players around the ball these days, and it looks like a rugby union ruck and maul.
Yeah.
If they've done more work about just getting the ball out from those highly contested possessions.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing it would make sense to sort of consider... I mean, you consider the outer area of when it's in dispute and the ball's in contest, but I wonder if they try and isolate the actual football in like a ruck-style contest so you can set up a play releasing it from out the back. I mean, that's actually worth a go. There'll be some merit in trialling something like that. They're going to take some big bodies to be able to do that all game.
Yeah, exactly.
Might not be worth the effort in the end. Dude, that clay around the outside over looks shit out, doesn't it?
Done that.
And especially with a lot of the injuries you have with knees and that, especially. We used to have these problems when the boundary lines are too close to the fence and players have to prop up too quickly. And you think with clay like that, you've got no confidence in your footing.
Yeah.
You're really trying to pull up short with your runs.
Nicely
Ooh.
walks it over, gets a
Kicks it on quick too. Maybe a couple people in the square. That was a
yeah,
shit out
great
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Oh,
no,
backed it
I'll
up.
tell you what, he's come back.
Still, shouldn't take 2 efforts for that. And he didn't do the job well. No, that was fucking shit ass. Let's be honest.
What more do you want? His teammate got the kick away.
Yeah.
Hits Rewild on the chest again.
If that guy's still running, it's not a good Shepherd. You got to put him down.
Now you know.
Make him get up again.
St Kilda's got everything going their way when they're getting those kind of free kicks. It is a free kick, but it's a nice and gentle one.
And it's funny knowing who left St Kilda at the end of the year. there seems to be all I spot with the ball in this match.
Yeah. He's going to be interesting next year in Geelong's forward 50 with Clark and Hawkins.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what you're going to get from Clark because he's sat out last year with injuries and other issues.
Yeah.
And Hawkins, you always got to worry, is he going to do his back again? He's been hampering him for a couple of years.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's always going to give 100%. Sometimes the 100% doesn't do a whole lot.
It's all relative.
Yeah. But there are cases, he steps it up in big games before, so seems to be no real method to how that works out. But
great to see Ross.
Ross Lyons.
I don't reckon he's talking to anyone there. He's just mumbling to himself.
Yeah, just complaining about colour of the person next to him, shoes or something. Fucking brown shoes, boat shoes, fucking cunt.
He's got his Live Strong bracelet on. He's like, can't believe you got pinged.
He's got his energy bracelet on. Can't believe I felt this fucking bullshit too.
Oh, that could have been a great
desperation. Could have been without the ball there in the back or something. Can't have anyone kick it to up head.
Need some yakety sacks for this section.
Old yakety sacks, yeah. Yeah, a bit stiff if you're picking for that one. A bit of a chat on the way up too.
Yeah, well.
How's been going? I didn't know you were playing, mate. What do you mean?
Nah, that's a great smother.
Great smother. Good throw. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Keep play on, he reckons.
Yeah. Look how many Freo players around the ball.
Jeez.
Oh!
I'll say he gave him the hard task.
He's had a good day, Armitage.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, just not quite the froggy jumps there.
He's no Gary Moorcroft.
No. He got a bit higher, would have taken Mark of the Year. Lenny Hayes doesn't like having the ball, means he can't tackle himself. He kicked the thumping goal in the first quarter. Murdoch, you're going to have another shot.
You have to be kicking from probably 53, maybe 52.
Unassuming player. You couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
No.
In his first year. Nah.
He's all right. Still, though, he's a young kid, isn't he?
Well, 13 games, I said.
13 games. You have to be happy with sort of where he's on, unassuming, but doing what he needs to do to get on the right track. Way. Bruce Dool up there.
A little bit of a capper, hands on the shoulders, but I reckon...
Plenty of hands on the shoulders.
If you make the highlight reel, hands on the shoulders mean nothing.
And the thing is, I think if you're too small to be able to get there naturally, I don't give a fuck. Put hands on the shoulders. Exactly. Get up there, son.
Mate, make the highlight.
Hand off. Yeah, have a go. Dare to dream.
Dare to dream. Yeah, great spoil. No, very little hand. Oh, yeah, a little bit of hands there.
Bit of hands. The hands are more to make sure the dude in front didn't jump than anything. You stay there, son.
In a way, he's looking after him.
Yeah.
Just making sure everything's fine.
You give a little massage. Here he is again. Oh.
I tell you, when you are the sub and you come on in the first 3 minutes, you want to make the most of it, don't you?
Absolutely.
You get a chance to run around and actually prove your worth.
Oh, the parents would be stoked.
How many bloody shots are we going to get of Ross Lyon? Not that I'm, complaining. I love seeing Ross pissed off, but...
If you play a drinking game on that, you'd be hammered.
Great kick to a 4-on-1. Unfortunately, it's not their 4.
And they didn't win.
flat-looking punt.
I tell you what, it's a well-placed kick too. Just short enough so that he couldn't just punch it over the line, but right front and centre so that Cromer could just grab it and put it straight through.
Well, I mean, that's another thing they missed out this year on, is obviously Stevie Milne retired end of 2013.
Yeah.
That's his bread. Probably one of the best small forwards that's ever played the game, and certainly one of the most prolific.
Yeah.
The number of goals he kicked.
Oh, that was a throw.
That's great tackling.
Here we go. Now I'll hold you, and then you hold me, and then I'll hold you back again, and then we'll be pat on the back.
Pat on the head, and we're right. Looked like Frowley was trying to tag the kicker then.
Yeah.
Old habits.
I'm sure it had some advice for him. Just let him know what way the wind's blowing or something.
They reckon he's very chatty on the field, Crowley. He's overly friendly and encouraging and just annoying.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than somebody's, their actions are pissing you off all day, but their words are just sugary sweet.
Oh, he's pulled it to the near side.
Handy point.
Very handy. I mean, he's still... You wouldn't put the cue in the rack yet.
Even the commentators are saying they're on the ropes. They're 10 goals down.
Anyone else you'd be calling it.
10 goals down with a quarter and a half to go.
Oh, I dropped it.
Left it behind.
Oh.
Yeah, more yakety sacks going on.
And you can tell by St Kilda how desperate they are at this point in the third quarter. They're just loving having this opportunity to be ahead of a team that's good. They're actually enjoying their footy again.
And Freo just thinking about the flight home.
Yeah.
It's the other amazing thing. I mean, okay, the underdogs got up this one, but they put them away early.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like Freo were never in the contest. Was it 3 goals before they even scored?
Yeah. The Saints got the first 3 or something like that.
Right. With the Rainmaker. Jesus.
You got to be happy with yourself.
Yeah.
This is the other good thing about smart replay as well as just watching Fox footy.
Yeah.
You kick a goal, stay with it.
Yeah. I think Darren Ray's in no danger of being accused of taking drugs, that's for sure. There ain't much to him.
All the wiry ones, they last longer. Yeah, it's a great release. He's thinking about his brother, the serial killer, Dexter. Been a good pickup for Saints.
He has. Yeah, he's definitely been value. The thing is, 13 goals, 11. That's still not good shooting at all, and they're still giving them a pasting.
It's above 50%. That's all you can ask for, I reckon.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, the ones they missed haven't been easy shots.
Yeah. Oh, one more over.
Well
there we
done.
go. Have another one, son.
See, sometimes that's what happens when you don't run off after you just kick the goal.
You can kick another one.
Kick another one, son. So what can we do with him now? Can we take him off?
I said, get him fucking out of there. Oh, he's done well to break that tackle too. That was key.
It was a soft tackle.
I think they couldn't give a fuck anymore. Oh, Nana in the back, loving it.
West Coast Eagles,
West
Guernsey.
Coast, of course.
He's probably cheering for Saints. In the ruck there is Hickey from the Gold Coast. Now that's what they picked up to replace Ben McAvoy.
Ah, okay. Oh, it's one in to pick up. He's everywhere. This is an inspired performance. Look, they're still playing like it's the first bounce of the first quarter.
Like I said, they haven't had a win since round 5. That's a long time.
Well, that's right. That's why we play this game.
There'll be a few of the younger players who've asking to be subbed off late in the game. Go check what the songs are. Luckily, they pay for St Kilda, and there's only 6 of them.
Yep. Another easy mark inside the 50.
I've done my old trick. I've mistaken a player again. It's Billy Longer, not Hickey. I knew it was Billy Longer.
Billy Longer, who went to Gold Coast.
From Gold Coast.
From Gold Coast.
Because in end of year 2013, Hawks were looking at him, and then McAvoy came out of nowhere. The McAvoy trade.
Yeah.
God, what did I think it was? Set shots.
No good.
His whole career, it's been the plague. It wasn't Rewa, it was Stanley. They called Rewa.
Yeah, no, they fucked it up. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's a thinker. Looks like he just act on instinct, get him on the run.
Footballer.
Yeah.
Not many of them do look like thinkers.
This is true. Not many know it either.
Yeah, did we miss something then?
Yeah.
It looked like it was down one end of the ground and then it's bouncing the other one.
Yeah, no, like
Anyway.
it just completely jumped. Well, I hope it did the same if you...
Good camera work.
Yeah. Low wasn't just a glitch in the coverage or something.
I think they were just replaying the last missed goal. Jeez, it's a pinpoint
close,
pass. Well done,
Confident
I
that
guess.
one.
There's Rewalt, centre half back.
Yeah, there's this short chipping around the back pocket again. Makes it very difficult for yourself.
Maybe they're just chewing the clock out for the last quarter and 5 minutes.
Oh,
Great fake.
as I was saying, best thing you can do is kick in the pocket and kick long to Stanley. Never in doubt. Rewalt, look at that, off again. Don't worry about the shepherd. Just get the ball back. That's what you do. That was a Kevin Bartlett move, that one.
See that?
That's why you kick it yourself, Rewalt.
That's when you know players have got themselves in their dream teams.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing like missing the shepherd to get the old 1-2 back.
Look at him just begging it. Just kick it to him, Bob himself.
Kick it to me.
Jeez, they work hard, the Fremantle, on this game to make Gort look good.
Yeah.
And you have to work hard to make Gort look good.
I don't know, he's doing good marking that Kluger. Get back on the foot. Yeah, that was a rookie defensive error there. If you don't know what foot they're going to kick on, then you know which side to defend. Loves it.
Well, they might not have done their research on St Kilda, just over here playing the 18th side.
Don't think she's done a research on Freo either, because she's still holding onto a handbag. Should know it's safe at these games. Just leave it on its seat. It's going to be all right.
There's nobody there to nick it.
No. Except for the hot dog stand, that fucking costs $8 for a hot dog or something.
The snag, what's it called?
Yeah.
The snag something.
Although I did see that Etihad are going to allow their own food, bring their own food and drink into the stadium for next year, yeah.
Which is good, because there's Subway on the outside.
Yeah,
That's all right,
exactly.
and Nando's.
And I mean, they've kind of realised, shit, no one's coming anymore. They've realised that with the cricket coming.
Yeah, got to do anything they can to try and put bums back on seats.
Yep. Especially with Big Bash just coming into the summer now as well. Oh, it was a good shepherd. I think it was lazy shepherd. Just couldn't be fucked picking it up.
Bounced off 3 tackles there. Playing pinball. Look at this. Now they're up by 70 points or whatever it is. The ball starts bouncing their way.
Yeah.
And could have been a little low.
Yeah. Started off the right height, but just couldn't wrap it up. Yeah, it was a good strong mark.
That's one of the worst things.
You can see the umpire, he thought about it for a split second and then convinced himself to pay it.
He's bored. Yeah, there's nothing in
Nah,
that.
that's not 50.
It's not holding up the game. You know you're doing well when they're cheering a rush behind.
Yeah, I say got a point more than it deserved. Riot throws his arm at Gridiron.
On the left.
Yeah. Oh, he's picked him out well.
See, we were talking before about Lenny Hayes. He gets the cheers every time he touches the ball. He's retired now, so he's gone. It's going to be Rewalt from now on. He's signed on for 2 more years, which it's got to be the last contract he'll sign.
He's going to be the next Richo. He's going to be Benjamin Button his way into All-Australian. What did he score in the Brownlow this year? Do we know?
Who, Rewalt?
Yeah.
Well, we can tell you got 3 votes in this game.
Yeah. Bang.
Yeah, look at that veteran move there. Knocked the player over behind the play.
Yep, fixed the hair up, then went bang. I'll take this, thanks.
It's unfair.
He called me names.
Here we go. Yeah, just nice little. That's an absolute shove in the back.
And right in front of the umpire.
Right in front of the umpire. See, nobody likes Zach Dawson. Look,
Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, get a break, mate. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break, mate.
I'd like the umpire to just look at him and go, he did what? He pushed you in the back.
No.
Over there? That's so rude.
You should have told me 10 minutes ago, man. I'll be ready for it.
Runs off, gets his iPad. I'm going to watch this again. I can't believe he did that.
What an asshole. Look at that pressure. Nope, yeah, see, this is what can happen now. I'm getting kicked over the head. That's just natural for Pavlich, that. Just a little nudge out with the arms up.
Beautiful bodywork. I'm glad they've haven't found a way to strip that from the game yet. I'll tell you what, he's not rushed.
No.
You can't say that about him. Hasn't seen the ball for a while, so he's just making sure he remembers it.
Yeah. When you've got a putting action like that, why do you need to rush? That was a very ordinary kick out to Mzungu.
Another draft pick for St Kilda. I haven't got the number here, but it's Hugh Goddard, which is interesting for 2 reasons. One, they've got another Goddard back, which is just for old time's sake. But have you seen the travelling that pick has done before it ended up at St Kilda?
No.
It was the compensation pick when Ablett left Geelong.
Right.
Within 5 years.
Okay.
So they've traded that pick it's gone to Brisbane, it's gone to Gold Coast, it's gone back to Brisbane. It's the most travelled pick before it's turned into an actual player ever. And now it's Hugh Goddard.
It's like the syphilis of trade picks.
Yeah, it's just been passed on. So Hugh Goddard, he's a journeyman before he's even played a game.
Well, he comes with a lot of experience.
Yeah. It's not 15. It's the longest not 15. Okay, now that's interesting. The kick's not 15, but at least he's consistent because he's run without bouncing the ball and he hasn't pinged him.
Yeah,
so,
well, that's true. Yeah. Again, straight in the pockets.
Yeah, there's 40 seconds left. You're up by 70. You got to protect those leads.
Yep. They had no chance of ever marking that.
Oi!
Thank you. That was a big paw out there.
Nice little juggle to himself. I don't know why that's a free kick.
No, he's already been over picking up the ball.
One of those Weller. He can be one of those players that turns into what they, say a good average player or a list clogger.
Yeah. He's one of the ones that could fill a missing link that they need in order to have a very cohesive game plan. But you wouldn't base a game plan around him.
Not yet. But hopefully he can turn into that. Interesting player.
Yeah, and the thing is, you want to have as many options as you can for people to turn into those players, because most of them won't.
Exactly.
So 3/4 down, and it's been one-way domination, really.
Absolutely. I mean, 70 points up the 3/4 time. They wouldn't have thought they'd score 70 points, let alone be leading by 70 points.
And I mean, Freo have thrown everything at them. They haven't given them an easy time of it.
Yeah, they've just butchered the ball every time they've touched it.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, everyone complains about this surface on Etihad. I wonder how much of an effect it does have on just your natural movements. How much it makes you second guess what you can and can't actually do when you got the ball.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if you'd second guess as much, but certainly, like we saw them need to replace the divots earlier.
Yeah.
I reckon it's afterwards you think, oh Jesus Christ, what did I do there?
Yeah.
You're a little bit sorer than you would be otherwise.
And especially just the turning on your inside or outside of your feet and not having that grip that you used to have in there because the grass just hasn't got a chance to take root.
Yeah.
Look at that. Centre work was excellent from St Kilda. Oh, that's a good mark from Mzungu.
Yeah.
No fear. And pressure from Reroll on the mark. Still 4/4, up by fucking plenty.
Yeah. And that makes that mark from Mzungu even better.
Yeah.
To go back with courage like that when the game's done.
Yeah.
Shows why he's a great player. Yeah, well judged.
Yeah.
Yeah, mark that bastard.
I reckon he wasn't keen on giving off the hands to the 40 players around him.
No, I'm going to kick him.
Got this one, lads. Got it. Yep, nailed it. Oh, that's a high
Lenny
forearm.
Hayes.
Lenny Hayes
Just racking
does
up another
not
tackle.
give a fuck.
Yeah, Rewalt doesn't give a
And
handball
his
either.
face smashed in that many times. Doesn't care. Still comes at it hard.
Don't go accusing people of having
I reckon
injections.
that he
Eddie.
allegedly, mate.
Allegedly had an injection. Jesus Christ.
Got a boot to it. Didn't get shit to that. All that. So do we still get holding the ball if you get tackled to the ground and don't get rid of it properly?
Well, it depends on what the umpire had for lunch. Fire opportunity. If they've got behind in their tips for the week.
What part of the sky Aries is in?
Which is hard to tell in a roof stadium.
Yeah. Oh. I think Mzungu's crowning.
Yeah,
Right in the cucket. That shit hurts.
Crowley getting a kick doesn't happen often.
Oh, straight in the breadbasket. So I was good by good, about to go for the bump. But I realised it was going to be head high when he turned the corner.
Yeah, we've seen that now that they've changed the rules so often, with bumps and duty of care by one player and the next.
Yeah.
There's even a few times, I remember Nick Maxwell, but other players have done it as well, where a player's running blind towards them and they call their name so that they look before they bump.
Yeah.
Not because, they're being nice, that they just don't want to get reported for it.
Yeah, well, that's actually not a bad idea.
At the end of the day, you're trying to stop a player. I mean, the want or need to hurt the player has gone out a little bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, I mean, it's always dependent on what he's done to you for the previous quarter as well.
There's some history.
Yeah, I mean, it was different when we were growing up, and you had 4 teams and you'd play the same team maybe 10 times in a season, so you have plenty of opportunities to do wrong or right by people.
Geez, the tackling's been good in this game. And,
just
just in time.
This is the key play where they got this one.
I think that might have been shepherding there.
Yeah.
Oh, now,
The right thing.
you can't disappoint Lenny like that, though. That's not nice. Especially not for Zach Dawson. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you give him the old fake out. Give him one, Lenny. Enough of this shit, son. Well, nice little push and sneaky little nudge in the back there just to make sure that if there's anything that was going to go over.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit careful. Sorry, disguise those ones better.
Oh, put on the afterburners there. Oh,
Stanley takes another mark. Get rid of him.
Fuck him.
Can't have him.
Bullshit.
Especially when he's going to kick it 40 metres and pick out a bloke by himself in the middle of the ground.
Well, why would you want that?
Because picks. Draft picks. Got to complete them all.
I don't know if there's more people on the ground. It looks like more people decided to take a seat. Could be a bit tenny. I'll stand up, because it's always hard when you're going for a shit team and you don't want to stay for the end. But at some point, you've got to get up and not come back.
See, a lot of them, they're still going to the games out of habit, but they're picking their place at the bar early. Now that they've found out they're going to win, they've gone down and taken their seats.
Yeah, they've gone, okay, I might enjoy this one.
It's been a while since we've had a shot of Ross brooding in the
I was disappointed at something.
coach's box.
Fucking.
Maybe it's a blessing that he's never won a premiership because he doesn't know how to act happy.
Yeah. Was that out and didn't touch?
Nah, free kick in the mark. What a great spoil. Yeah, punch him, Dan.
Line him up.
The first thing interesting has happened in the commentary box for a while.
Oh, Quilt, the rundown, no. Right, bad luck. I think the care factor's well and truly gone out of this game for everyone except for
everyone except for the dozens of St Kilda fans. You can tell the true fans that stay for Freo there. Staying to the last siren. I mean, if you've made the long flight over, you want to get your money's worth out of it.
That, and they're either local Freo fans who only get to see the team once or twice a year. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. First time I saw Hawthorn play ever live was actually at Etihad Stadium against Freo.
Really?
Freo were 0-17 or something stupid like that. And I thought, finally, I get to go see a Hawthorn game. Yeah, you know how this finishes.
Yep.
Not only did Hawthorn get beaten, I had 3 drunk old blokes behind me singing "One Win for Freo." Drunk as skunks they were too. And I was like, yeah, thanks, Dad. You had a great game, Schneider.
Yeah, he has.
Look, everything's working for you now. That's
the touch.
Oh, it must have been touched.
Give it back to him, have a kick, son. He's done well to get to that
Make
contest.
that contest, exactly.
The old tumble punt.
Yeah,
he snatched it.
Tumble punt landed in the sub's hand.
And the
he's
shepherd on
played
the
on.
mark. What a ripper. Sausage.
And
all day. How about that?
starting in the green vest, now he's kicked one of the goals of the day.
Had a great game for a sub.
For a sub, exactly. Not bad since I called him the wrong name earlier.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure we're going to hear a lot from him in the future, so we'll get it right sooner or later.
We can't be going around remembering all the St Kilda players' names. I mean, what's the point of that?
No. Shit might make us coach.
All right, we got a bit over 14 minutes left in the game. Who do you reckon got Brownlow votes out of this one?
I would have thought Quilt.
I reckon he's had a good game too.
Yeah, I would have picked him. Rewalt's putting in his effort, and Stanley, that one.
Stanley, exactly.
Stanley, that is one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I meant Stanley instead of Gwilt.
No, Gould's been all right.
He has
good
been
effort.
all right.
But that's more compared to expectations.
Yeah.
He's done well.
Stanley, I'd pencil him for the 3. Probably Rewalt 2. Maybe Armitage might give him a sneaky one.
He's been all right, yeah.
There's a lot of contenders for the 1 point, I think.
Not bad there. Rewalt got 3.
Yep.
Stanley got 2.
Yep.
And Joey Montagna.
Yeah, Joey Montagna's the one.
He got the 1.
Be a contender. Him and Schneider be a contender for the 1 point as well.
Schneider, I would put there. And I agree. I reckon Reese would almost get the 3.
It's one of the ones where if it was local footy in the paper, you'd have a list of maybe 8 or 9 under the best.
The best players, yeah.
Yeah.
Freo would have, Pav.
Yeah. Free to have a few encouragement awards. That's right.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been very many games where St Kilda got all 3 votes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, they've set themselves up for that. It's going to be really building, they said premiership in 6 years, and by that they mean the 6th year.
Yeah.
There won't be no early party there.
I mean, now that we talk about it, you would think that as a professional organisation, you should have a sustainable system that could get you success in 6 years. Not saying that you're going to guarantee that, but you should. If your system doesn't work in 6 years, it's not going to work. There's no point having 7 years.
It's such a hard thing now with 18 teams and only 8 making finals. That they're all, predicting big things and setting themselves high standards. That the fact is, 10 of you aren't going to make finals this year. No matter how hard you try. So there's.
What would you think about having conferences like they do with American sports? You wouldn't have obviously have Western and East, but conferences where they have their final system like that, where you have a bracket.
It can work. I mean, I've just never seen a model that would satisfy me.
Yeah.
And like I say, you don't want to take away. Like, how do the conferences act within each other, or do you only play the people in your conference? Because then you're going to lose rivalries.
I think you have to play everyone, but your finals will just be within your conference. But I think you also risk one conference being stacked.
Yeah, and you got to look at what problem are you trying to solve with it. If it's more teams playing finals, then you sort of.
I think you just have a better chance of teams that aren't necessarily the same teams having a chance of finals, because one conference we're just going to have teams that, let's say, you get four teams from each conference or 5 teams from each conference. There might be the 6th or 7th team from another conference that would have beaten the 3rd or 4th team from the other conference, who are getting chances to mix up a bit. Yeah,
well, then do they deserve it? I mean, you're mixing it up for the sake of.
No, not at all.
What?
But I mean, same argument as making more than 8 people in the finals.
Yeah. I kind of like 8 out of 18 because it means you've got to be better than a 50% win rate to get there.
I like that idea as well.
But, it just means there's going to be a lot of disappointed people.
Yeah.
That's an interesting kick.
He's managed to find a spot where there wasn't anybody inside the 50.
With 30 players inside the 50, it's an achievement on its own.
Tanya is the one. He's not happy about that either. Dropped it.
How the hell do you
Was that a sneaky one off the bench as well?
It wasn't far off it. Never realised how short he was.
Yeah, he's not much to him, is he?
So 2013, St Kilda finished 16th with 5 wins. Yep. 2014, 18th with just the 4 wins. And we're looking at the 4th one here.
Yeah.
Where have you got them in 2015?
Well, I've gone a bit optimistic, and when predicting what I thought the ladder would be at the end of next season, I found the toughest decisions at the bottom end of the ladder.
There's some tough decisions
It
all
really
the way.
is.
I think the top three are kind of, everyone thinks they know where they are, and
Yeah.
after that, it really goes in gradients.
I'm going to put my faith on the youngsters at St Kilda really stepping up and picking up from where a lot of the leaders have sort of left off over the last couple of years. And so I've pegged them in as a 14th.
14th.
Yeah, I think that'll be optimistically the best that they'll get next year.
Well, the good thing for Saints is they won't go lower, but I've got them going no higher either. I reckon another number one draft pick for them in 2015.
Really?
I got them dead last.
Dead last?
Well, a lot of the other teams around them have improved,
Yeah.
whereas the Saints have improved their potential.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that a nice way of saying it?
It is.
There'll be a lot of sentiment around Rewalt running around for another season and breaking records, and his penultimate season, I imagine.
Yeah, and what I thought was that they're going to be in a situation where their expectations are obviously incredibly low.
Incredibly low.
And so they're going to give people a chance to play positions they wouldn't normally play or get game time and game minutes they wouldn't usually get. And I think that a lot of that potential might come through for some games, but they're going to have a lot of mistakes in doing that as well.
They've got so many young players that are high draft picks that almost just by weight of numbers, somebody's got to show up and become, like Jack Stevens did in 2013.
Yeah.
It's got to be somebody that takes a step up. Maybe makes All-Australian or pushes for that kind of thing.
It just shows that initiative to lead the team and take the game on and that confidence to believe that they're capable of beating the big teams.
Now, while we're looking at St Kilda, here's a question without notice. Rewalt's got 2 years left. Who's their next captain?
That's a tough one. I don't think we know yet.
Yeah,
I think it's too early.
That's something else that 2015 will show.
And I think that's the challenge you'd put to the leadership group is that this is the club where the club's at. We're looking for leaders. We want people to step up, people to not only play better than what they did, but show the initiative to be able to lead a team.
Yeah. I think one option they've got is Rewalt sticks it out for the next 2 years until somebody really puts their hand up.
Yeah.
Or they look at somebody like Farron Ray to almost be a gatekeeper of the captaincy, like Murphy at the Bulldogs is this year. He's 33. He's not going to hang around for a long time.
Because I think leadership will be imperative to them. The decisions they've made now bearing fruit in the future. I think they're really a strong leader to really nurture that talent they've got and not chuck it in the bowl too early like they did with Melbourne.
Yeah, it's really bit them in the arse, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's just they had such an opportunity to redevelop then, and they've put themselves back another 4 years.
Yep, and in massive debt to go with it.
Yeah, and it's just your turnaround there is just twofold because not only did you not develop, you went backwards for that year. So
and everyone else is going forwards.
Yeah. And I think Melbourne actually made a profit this year as well. I think $100,000 or something like that, didn't they?
Yeah, but they've still got a lot of AFL dollars in their accounts.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting there? They'll show a replay of it now, I reckon. The old Billy Longer, look at the scoreboard.
Oh, there's a scoreboard.
The old point of the scoreboard. I've got no problem with that whatsoever.
No, it would have been a while since he's pulled that one out.
Hasn't had that chance. And Clark's going to play finals this year, whereas Billy, you can book your holidays for September. But I like it.
Yeah. Oh, there we are. Took the bump in his stride.
What a champion.
Again. He's going to make some team really happy one day.
Jeez, I've never seen him kick so well either.
Yeah. So he's taking time measuring this one up. He's icing the clock.
Got to look after the point spread.
So this probability was just bullshit, isn't it? On the channel and the coverage.
What do they base it on?
Don't know.
All players from that angle,
what are the parameters that they actually base it on?
I reckon somebody somewhere in AFL House has justified their existence by creating a formula to get that percentage. Or he is so good that he's keeping that formula secret and he just makes it up.
Yeah, probably.
They're all between 40 to 60. There's never any variance.
Could be that Nakamura guy that created Bitcoin. Just keep it to yourself. Oh, shocked that one well. Kicked it to nowhere. That's been the story of Fremantle's night. Getting first use and kicking it straight to position. There he is again. Oh, nice little stab pass.
Yeah, I'm going to say, interesting action on that one. And then he gets the favourable cheers again.
He's made it through the fourth quarter. It's always a good sign.
It's always a good sign for the vets. Zach Dawson's just not popular, full stop.
No. He's fucked up all the super coaches in his time.
He'd be an absolute murderer for super coaches. Although I reckon if you pick him, you deserve what you get.
yeah, that's true.
Who picks Backman? So another punctuation on... Yeah, that's a free kick. Another punctuation on St Kilda season.
Yep.
Finished dead last, just the 4 wins, yet Nick Rewalt still makes All-Australian.
Yeah.
It's not a bad effort, but he's shouldering a lot of load.
Yeah.
There's some teams that made finals that didn't get any in the All-Australian.
Yeah, and
but deserved it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He deserved it, but it's like, that's all great, but the team didn't go anywhere. I didn't do shit. I mean, I can play Ireland, so it's something, but it's kind of, thanks, but I'd rather, share the load and not make All-Australian, have a team that plays finals.
Well, I guess that's the other thing. They had 2 players in the Irish game. Joey Montagna played. And he played all right too. Well, I mean, they all played all right. Nobody had a shocker except for Fletcher, but...
Yeah. Oh, there's a little fly in the back there.
Yeah,
just let him go. Umpires put the cue in the rack.
Back as well.
Oh, that's a nice switch. So have to do it quick. And this is how you're supposed to get in the back lines. Quick switch. Catch them off their feet.
I like it though. It looks like there's only 4 minutes left. They're still trying to push it. And, enjoying the good times.
Yep.
That's the thing with when you've got these down seasons or down periods of the club, is when you get something good, make the most of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yep. You got to. Yeah. And that's it, because at the end of the day, you've got to be having fun what you're doing. It makes the job so much easier if you're actually enjoying it.
It's hard to keep asking people to buy their memberships and buy a scarf and rock up to the games when your expectations are so low.
Yeah, and it's hard to motivate players just week after week when you're expecting to get a flogging. But when they've had a taste of what it can be like to beat good teams, it gives you that little bit of hope. Next game where you're facing a big team, you think maybe we'll lose, but there's that bit of hope. I'm going to beat the Freo, a little chance.
Gwilt with another intercept mark.
Wouldn't want any more of that shit either. Get rid of him. He's loving this play on not 15, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh.
Umpire's had enough of this pass on the back shit as well.
Yeah, well, it's a long day.
He's sick to blow his whistle. I don't know, eh?
A little bounce pass to the arm.
Yeah.
Got to keep yourself entertained.
Sucking the big ones there. I suppose he's got some stuck up his nose. I didn't realise it.
Yeah, he's trying to
It's in a plastic bag. No talk there. Just kick straight over the shoulder. Ah, jeez.
Great play on call.
Umpires don't give a fuck anymore. Just arm over it. Whatever. You guys take care of it, right?
One of those ones the players like, what, they can't be... bugger it, I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out on the replay. And we've got another shot of Ross. Fremantle's run home. They beat Carlton, they lost to Geelong, beat Hawthorn, beat Brisbane, and got over Port.
Yeah.
Oh, how can you talk about the finals when you got St Kilda winning by 10 goals here, Eddie?
Yeah.
This is more important than finals.
Especially when you have a Collingwood, you know you're not playing them.
Yeah, good call, Sandy. Get on the game. With that cheering the smother on the outer wing while like it's a goal. That's how you know.
Yeah.
They are making the most of it.
They're just happy to cheer for anything.
Rolling along almost boringly. Yeah, that's their season in a nutshell. So you reckon...
It's just about being their existence, really.
After a big win like this, round 18, you've got, 5 games left in the season. You reckon Saints are going, you know what, yeah, we've got something. We've done something at least.
Yeah.
We stem the flow.
You could look at it that way, or maybe they use it as a test to see if they can just get a little run going for one of the season.
It's a long time between drinks for them.
Yeah, I mean, and you could just use it as a sort of practice for when you have situations where this might arise in the future, you know what I mean? Where you need to have a strong finish or season to play finals or something like that, so you really focus on just having that sort of experience for when that happens for the following seasons. You know, you haven't been there before, literally, but you have some sort of preparation for what it's going to be like. I think no matter how bad your season's going, you've got to look at doing something to improve. Get something out of it. So. Yeah. And I think it's just sort of simulating situations which might arise in the future is a good way to approach those games where you know the result is irrelevant to your season, but you've got to get something out of it. You've got to play for something. And obviously your goals are different where you're not playing to play for finals. You're playing to get experience or to see where to go, try a few things.
Some people playing for careers.
Yeah. So I think for the lower teams, and especially the ones with young lists, it's a good idea to, you know, either throw them in there and put them under a bit of pressure to see how it goes, but just to use it as a bit of an assessment for what you've got planned for the next couple of years.
It was a bit of a perfect storm, this game, with Freo to knock off... for the Saints.
Yeah.
Because Freo obviously looking at bigger fish down the track with, you know, games against Geelong and Hawthorn coming up.
Yeah.
Leaving a lot of players back home. It just, everything came together.
I think we'll find with a lot of the games that we're going to watch that are from the lower teams' perspectives are going to be those sorts of games where it's towards the end of the season.
I've had a look. I'll put a list together, and there is some ripper games in there. But you're right. It's those shots out of the blue.
Yeah, it was like the Richmond and Sydney one. Still strong tackles with 1:17 to go. I'll tell you what, some of the St Kilda players just wouldn't want this game to end. When you finally put in, because and the thing is, they're more than likely. I don't watch their training, but they got to be putting in the same amount of effort as every other team, and just to get nothing out of it.
Grind and then recovery sessions down the freezing cold water.
And, what the fuck am I doing this shit for? At St Kilda Beach, Monday morning, freezing your nuts off.
And like you're saying, with such low expectations, they've started back in October the year before.
Yeah.
For 4 lousy times they get to sing the song.
Yep.
And it's a shit song.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, is that bad that almost tradition isn't a good enough reason to keep it? Yeah. I mean, if you had made the song up for your club, fair enough, but...
It's almost like when they had the cut-off date for lodging your songs.
Yeah.
The Saints they're out pissed at the...
Yeah.
And, should we march in Saints? Yeah. Well, it's got to be a bit longer. Well, sing it twice.
Yeah. I had a really good second stanza. I forgot it. I'm pretty sure Lenny Hayes is held together by a lot of tape.
Yeah.
Literally held together.
You got to give him paid the free kick. That's robbed Lenny Hayes of a hit out. Probably would have been his third of his career to go with the 8 million tackles.
And he's giving Barlow a pat on the back for his efforts.
Yeah, he's still chasing him.
Son. Give him a lesson too.
Yeah, he's still got to boo Zach. I mean, he left
Yep.
the club with Ross Lyon. That's a great no-look handball.
Wasn't it?
You don't see it.
That was a great no-look
see
kick.
Yeah, that umpire has
The umpire
no sense of theatre.
Does not care anymore.
Nah,
Could
no
not
sense
give
of
a
theatre
shit.
whatsoever. So, wind it out. There's the final siren, and that's season 2014 for St Kilda. Not one to remember, but at the same time, it wasn't. It met expectations.
Yeah, it wasn't a mulligan.
No, they blooded a few players. They found some good ones in Dunstan and Acres and a few
Found out a
others.
lot where you're lacking as well. And try to plug those holes with the draft.
You know, yeah. And unfortunately, I think 2015, more of the same. Hopefully they'll find a couple that will stand up and look like future champions for them. But I'm picking them 18th, and Brenson's picking them to finish 14th. Still a long way off where they need to be, but this is the path they've chosen, so that they're going to stay strong.
Got to put up with the rain before you get the rainbow.
That's it. All right, guys. That'll do us for St Kilda 2014.
All right, cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.